In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Jesus. Hello everybody, yes. Hello and welcome to the latest Wernham blog. No, welcome to the latest Elite FPL stream with myself, of course, Steve-O, where this is my... To be honest with you, I'm a bit of a fraud. I just want to say a big, massive shout out to Alex Volo for creating this beautiful, beautiful thumbnail. As you can see here, you've got the Bill logo, incorporated my name and just the word chill stream. David Brent there on the left. Ray Stokes. Ooh, on the right. And there's me in the middle. And this was supposed to be a chill stream. I did ask Jason and Alex if they could do a thumbnail. Unfortunately, they were both very, very busy. So, unfortunately, I just used this one instead, because to be honest with you, I was inspired actually to do this specific stream thanks to the Llama Lounge and the Sunday Supplement. I was listening in this morning, and to be honest, because I've got the latest Call of Duty, I just don't care about fantasy football. I'll be completely honest. It's just it's completely gone over my head. It's like I just don't keep up to date with anything. I don't read anything. I don't really listen to much, to be honest with you, because my brain set is just all about Black Ops. And I'm doing all right in that as well. Anybody wants to challenge me on Free For All? You're more than welcome to join in. Saint Stevo. Just Saint_Stevo. That's all you got to do. Find me on the PlayStation 4. Or there'll be PlayStation 5, I believe. I think it's PlayStation 5 on Thursday. Yes, I'll be one of those poor sods spending that amount of money to get a Call of Duty. Anyhow, the point being is that I was listening to the Llama Lounge this morning, and as I said to Llama, I didn't even have a clue that they'd even done a stream, because yesterday I didn't see any notification pop up on my PlayStation. I didn't see anything whatsoever, and I was just like, oh, they didn't do the Sunday Supplement, fair enough. And then last night I think I saw it was like, oh, they did the Sunday Supplement, put it on this morning, and Dread FPL, very, very good guest, Boona. I know you're there, Boona. Excellent guest, Dread was yesterday, and then Llama just started talking about all the injuries and people hit with this certain thing that's going around at the moment, and I was just listening at work, just thinking, are you having a laugh? It's just ridiculous. And what made me laugh, I was, funny enough, because obviously it's an hour now, it's nearly 2 hours long, and I was just in my car driving along, and the first bit of news that I read was actually in the Discord, thanks to Notorious. And basically it just said, oh, things don't look good for Ben Chilwell. I'm thinking, of all the transfers, so I've done, I did it last week, Beloved. Well done, Phil. I did it last week, Sunday, I think it was, or I think I may have even done it on Saturday. Whatever day Man City were playing Liverpool. I think it was Sunday, wasn't it? And once Trent basically conceded a goal, and I was just like, oh, stuff this. Stuff it. I'm getting in Chilwell. And I bought him in for Trent. Now, I caught a prize rise. I think I even got him, I think I may have actually got him in at a 0.1 selling value. I think I may have done. I don't know, but I know for a fact that Trent's gone down to, what's he, 7.3 now, and I'm thinking, well, at least I've missed all that stuff. But I then hear the various other players like Salah, as pointed out by this young man here, who, once I get the chat up, Niraj is saying about Salah, he's got exactly the same players as me. Hello, Pearly. Good afternoon, Steve. There's the team up on the screen. It's just ridiculous. Like, this is just my example of my team. Robertson, I mean, when they were talking on the Llama Lounge yesterday about the fact that, no, it does sound like Robertson could be out. Now, with all news taken into account, I'm actually waiting till Friday. It's end of discussion. I'm waiting till Friday to find out all the team news, specifically what's going on. But like Boona, I'm very close to just going, stuff this. I've got the words more important things in my life going on is a bit strong. But when Boona made the point about it's just a game, and like, this is no joke, like, I'm really enjoying Call of Duty. Like, I can only play Call of Duty for like an hour or 2 hours. I mean, we're talking at max, and even that is calm the down, Stevo. So I just play it for sporadically here or there for an hour, and it's just something to take my mind off things, and it's just really enjoyable. I haven't played Call of Duty since the World War II game that came out 3 years ago. That was absolutely rubbish. I stopped playing that after about 4 weeks of owning it. But prior to that, I hadn't bought a Call of Duty for, I think, was it Advanced Warfare? That had all the jetpacks, all that rubbish in. I can't remember. Either way, I just stopped playing Call of Duty, to be honest. But I got this one specifically because the new Zombies map was out. And I was just like, you know what, I just want to get it for this because it looks fantastic. Plus, the game itself, because of Warzone, that I was watching these various streamers play, I was thinking, do you know what? I think they've pulled their finger out and it's actually looking really, really like a good, fun game to play like it used to be. So I just thought, to hell with it, I'll just spend the money on Black Ops. And I'm really enjoying it, like legitimately really enjoying it. I can't believe that I've got my skills. I've still got it. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute I'm the greatest player on the planet. In fact, although, GB, if you are watching this, GB, if you are watching this, legitimately, he was one of the best players in the world at the domination game mode. But I would argue that he was one of the best players full stop in the world. That's no joke. He was ranked, I think, number 6 in the whole world on the domination game mode for wins, which is absolutely ludicrous. And essentially, me and him and our clan, the X clan, literally the letter X, the X clan, we would just destroy anything. And it was fantastic. And he would tell me what gun setups to use, blah, 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 blah. And anyhow, fast forward X amount of years, and I've just started playing this COD, and I'm just like, you know what, I've been interacting with Llama quite a lot, actually. Just having a laugh with him about everything. And one day we will, I know Jason did, I voice messaged Jason, actually, the other day about setting up potentially a YouTube channel, but under a different name. So I think he called the Twitch channel Elite FPL Gaming or something. Or he's planning on doing an additional channel called Elite FPL Gaming. Because I know he streamed the other day on Twitch, him playing it for a couple of hours when he first got the game. And I want to get us together to do an Elite FPL Gaming channel where we get people like myself, Jace obviously, Boona, Llama, Brew, Matt, and just basically just have fun with the community and just basically go out there and just have a laugh. Stream it on YouTube and stuff. I think it'd be really a lot of fun and everything to play the game with everybody, and just like Llama does on the Warzone streams, and when he's with Boona and Matt and they're just chatting about fantasy football, and with G-Wiz, it's great. It's genuinely, because what I love about, this is my personal opinion, what I love about computer game streaming is that, unlike this now, where essentially you guys who are kindly enough tuning in, basically listen to me chat absolute garbage, basically. All you get to see is whatever I put up on the screen, whether it's that poxy team there, whether it's a Twitter account, which is that there, basically. And with computer game streaming, obviously, you don't need to speak, and you can just essentially just play the game. People just enjoy it, but the conversation between the individuals that are playing it, i.e. myself, Jason, whoever, or in the case of Warzone with Llama, would be Llama, Boona, Matt, G-Wiz, just chatting about fantasy football on a street. It's great. It's just really, and it's really unique as well. It's really different. And I think possibly there's a chance that could be something moving forward in a new direction of not literally fantasy football content streaming, but certainly it's. I've encouraged Llama to do it more. I've encouraged Boona to do it more. Do it more. I want people to kind of do something different, and it's just such a shame that Llama unfortunately can't stream as much. So my kind of plan is just think, right, me and Jason get together, and when I'm playing Call of Duty, whether I'm just going to stream it just for a laugh, put it through the Elite FPL Gaming. you can watch me destroy on a... Hello, Fozzie. Do you like the thumbnail? Oh, so good. So good. By the way, if anybody's got any questions, anything other than fantasy football, as I said in the advert here, I'll be talking anything, The Bill, The Office, Extras, Death Call. Talking of The Bill, I don't think I'll be able to play this, to be honest with you. What do you call it? Can I bring him up on stream? I don't know. It's Monday. No point thinking about FPL until Friday night, Saturday morning. Play some COD, watch the bill and chill until then. Exactly. Another hoops. That's all. What do you call it? That's the name that I keep hearing on James's scene. Every stream that I hear. Another hoops. Hello, mate. Booner saying I just put it through Elite FPL. No, it's like Andy says. It's like Andy says, Booner, I completely agree. People don't like it. People don't like seeing different content through the main channel, which is different from, like, for instance, with Andy. If you don't have a clue who I'm talking about, Andy Let's Talk FPL. He made a point that when he was uploading, this was across this Project Restart, actually, wasn't it? It was across the summer. He was saying about the fact that... the reality is that when he was streaming computer games, I think he was doing LMA Manager or whatever, and he was uploading it to his main channel and people were just like hating on him, so he just decided to make a second channel, and I think he's made another channel on top of that. It's all about computer gaming, and if you're interested, you're interested. If you're not, you're not. And I think that doing it through Elite FPL is just pointless because people just get sick to death of it. And the reality is that you can just easily, I've said this 1,000 times, you just point them in the direction, you just do what I've done. You just copy and paste a link, stick it on Twitter. If people want to watch you, they watch it. If they don't, don't bother me because I'm still playing the game, or Jason's still playing the game with us. So it's all good and fun there. But Fozzie saying my favourite Office quote. The problem is, Fozzie, and I'm sure anybody that does enjoy various sitcoms, whether it is Extras, The Office, In-Betweeners. I should have got Alex Vollo just to add like In-Betweeners in there, XFM, Faulty Towers. Oh, Fozzie, a favourite quote. I don't think I have a specific favourite quote per se, but my favourite scene or scenes are just Rowan in the Training Day episode. I think the actor that played Rowan, who was an extra in the bill, that's actually true, he was an extra in the bill, his facial expressions and his just brilliant. There's a quote in itself. The wig, the glasses, the catchphrase, brilliant. I just love In fact, I just started watching episodes of The Office, just ones that I really, really like. And the Training Day and Chasers episode are just absolutely stunning. just the bit where I can't say it out loud, really, but what? The only reason why you've been talking to because you want to... Me? Yeah. And Frumba, because your breath stinks of onions. And I didn't tell you that, did I? No, not up there. Ridiculous. Matt Henley clocked up over 30 days worth of gameplay in just under a year back then. Was absolutely hooked. Oh, absolutely. Cape FPL. I'm benching Salah for now. I have Click as a backup. Click? I've had him all season. A waste of space. Faris, good evening, morning, after. Isn't that what that's what Llama says on every stream? Hello, folks. Good evening, morning, afternoon. Hope everybody's doing you copying. Llama. But yeah, going on to what I was saying about Booner and fantasy football and all this malarkey. Let's just quickly bring up on Twitter, actually. Booner posted it about, I don't know, whenever it was ago. His latest free hit team. Here he is. Yeah. And Here we go. Hopefully there's nothing copyrighted. No. His latest free hit team. Oh, he's gone with Martial still. All right, okay. Martinez, Digne, Van Aanholt, Maguire. Fernandez, Ziyech, Grealish, Mane, Rodriguez, Martial, Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, I see what you've done there. Tripled up on all the... Well, you've got to triple up on playing against Fulham and West Brom. That's key. Oh, it's a good team. It's good. And like Boona said, at least he gets Salah back when he comes back from you-know-what. And it's about as standard as you get. But I'm not thinking of doing a free hit. No. I think that I'll be taking a -8 or 12. I just think stuff it. I'm just going to stick with the plan that I had a few days ago, which is going 4-4-2, legitimately triple up on Chelsea defence along with Cancelo, bringing Fernandez or Kevin De Bruyne, one of the two, whatever. I don't really care for a -12. I'll need to look at it, but like I said, I'm not going to do anything till Friday, Saturday regarding that. Do you like McDonald's, Steve? Well, funny you say that. I've just had it. I've literally just had... I'm on a bit of a diet, so I just had the 3 triple cheeseburgers. How my Ekka's like on a diet. Basically, because I haven't done any exercise today, I've just been at work. Went to work, came home, fell asleep, basically. Woke up at 2. And then just went straight to McDonald's. What a life. But because I haven't exercised or anything today, I just thought I'd go with the 3 rather than the 4. Although I said to Chloe at work, Chloe, if you're watching this, which you won't be, in fact, I'm going to deliberately do this. This will annoy my mate Sahil. Let's do it, shall we? Let's get on his nerves. Sahil, I'm live on air and I'm just mentioning Chloe's name. What do you think about that? Jealous? Yeah, I said to Chloe earlier on, just a work colleague of mine, I just said to her, one day I'm going to attempt 5 cheeseburgers, 5 triple cheeseburgers, which is ridiculous. 4's getting a bit boring now. So I get through 4 quite easily, so it's just like, I'm a pig. I'm going to go for 5. It's just absolutely ludicrous. But I saw Paul E making a comment there about -12s or something. And to be honest, it means... This is the thing, Paulie. Yes, I agree. Paulie said, I think I'm -12 now and using free it late and this will be more big. Yeah, because everybody's taking hits. That's what I'm thinking. Boona making the point here about Maguire was Tellez. Went out with you-know-what. It's just laughable. Fozzie, you've already done that joke before. Can I go to work, David? Yes, I can, Steve. Oh, sorry. Can I go to work, Steve? Yes, I can, Steve. That's not me in bed with another bloke called Steve. But no, I think that taking a hit now, because Jason's taken a -8, Dread FPL's taken a -12, Llama's taken a -8, and I'm pretty sure that one of those players in the -8 has got you-know-what. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've done my Chilwell move, that's done. Now, I don't know what the extent of the injury is. If anybody wants to let me know in the chat, please do. But I don't know the extent to his injury, but hopefully he's okay. But I'm just thinking, I don't care. I'm just going to have him anyway. Just bring in Reece James for... I just think bringing Reece James for Mitchell, I think it was. Mitchell or Dunn. Probably Mitchell. Because he'll be losing value. And then it's just a case of just go with that 4-4-2. Because, like I said, I've done my free hit. And then it's just, do I want to take a -8? I think I'll have to end up doing a -8 to get rid of certain players in my team. Boona making the point about to Fozzie saying that I feel like Boona was delaying the issue with needing to change the squad. You're probably not wrong there, Fozzie, but I've got a bit more time to make a decision. May play it more careful as Brighton play, a more weak and Liverpool defence may keep Mopay. What's this? I went to McDonald's the other day. I went to McDonald's last week for the first time in like 3 years. Gabrielle de Rock. When the whole country went into lockdown, basically, I was eating at least once every 2 weeks or once a week quarter pounders with cheese from McDonald's. And then basically, after lockdown, when the McDonald's and nothing open, I thought, right, all I've been eating is just a high protein diet. So I'm just desperate for carbs. Stuff it. I'm going to have my first McDonald's. And I bought it. But they decided to bring out a double quarter pounder. So, of course, being the idiot that I am, I bought 3 of them. Sat in my car, ate it. And I was just like, oh, it's just so salty. It was just disgusting. Didn't like it at all. I stopped eating McDonald's again, and then they brought out these triple cheeseburgers, but they're only like £2, £2.19. So I thought, let's just try one. And to be fair, like I don't eat the buns, so I throw the buns away because it's just there. Had the actual meat, and I've got to say it's really, really nice, like genuinely really nice. And then the other week, I bought a quarter pounder. I thought, do you know what? Let's give the quarter pounder another go. And it's too salty. It's just disgusting. So my advice is don't buy a quarter pounder. Just buy triple cheeseburgers. And I'm boring myself talking about. What's your record on chicken nuggets? I don't eat chicken nuggets. Really don't eat chicken nuggets at all. They're disgusting, actually, chicken nuggets. Try a patty and bun. It's my favourite. Patty and bun. What's that, Vincent? Match of the day, 5-burger challenge, Vince is saying. Karma Baby. Karma Baby, are you the guy that is constantly in the llama lounge and every 5 minutes? Llama's reading out your comment. The match of the day 5-burger challenge. I could do it on Twitter. At Elite FPL Stevo. Samir saying, thoughts on Chilwell if he's fit or Cancelo Grealish? Chilwell or Cancelo? Grealish and Fernandes for Salah, Maxim, St. Max and Trent for -4. And yeah, do it. Absolutely do it. For a -4, get them gone. Who to take out from Sonat or Kane? Well, Boone has taken out Kane. Or he had done before this free hit. It's a toss. It really is a toss of the coin, I think, with that particular scenario out of Son and Kane. That they're both in excellent form, but it's just Kane. It's probably my bias, because when we were on the Llama Lounge the other day doing the watch-along for West Brom versus Tottenham, and just let's be real here, Tottenham couldn't break down West Brom. I just thought the whole Kane scoring a goal and stuff is always going to be Kane scoring. So, to be honest with you, I just think stuff it. Just stick with Kane. And away you go. The Cape FPL, I'll stick to lean chicken and broccoli, not at a McDonald's for 30 years. Oh, yeah. It's, I predominantly my, oh, here he is Dread FPL, just slagging you off, mate. Do you know, for anybody that does office parties or any form of staff parties, do you know the biggest way of just essentially breaking the ice is just doing me and just simply say this. You go up to a table, obviously with people that you kind of, within reason, get on with. But the funny thing is, what I always find funny about office parties, or well, let's just say staff parties, is that it's so grim saying this, but like you get like who you get to know who your real friends are, and like what people actually think of you and stuff. I don't mean like in a here we are, Fozzie, not in a sexual way, not in a drunk way or anything like that, but I mean like you gravitate towards the people that genuinely want to know you and stuff on an outside of work basis. So when you've got like camaraderie with certain members of staff, but it's kind of like well, we get on with each other at work, but outside of work, I don't really know you. So, easiest way to break the ice is quite simply this. Right then, who are we going to slag off now? Just like that, everybody just goes, well, Steve-O, you see her over there, you see him, yeah, here we go. Stir the pot. Yeah, Diwali, Christ almighty, Diwali. World War Blitz is how as I call it, my goodness. Fireworks galore. God, what is it? Starts at on Saturday, round round the area I live, northwest London. My God. Up till I think it was 1 a.m. It was just consistent. Well. I have nothing better to do on the weekends other than troll the llama lounge. You don't troll the llama lounge, Karma. DCL to get the boot, not a chance. No. There's no way getting Ipswich Conference. No way getting rid of Calvert-Lewin ahead of the 3 fixtures he's got. In fact, because Richarlison's back and everything, nah, no chance. Absolutely no chance. Is that actually true, Vincent? Because I'll tell you it's not even a funny story, but there's a girl at work, and funny enough, another Chloe. Got like 20 Chloes that work at the place that I work, and talking of breaking the ice, the thing that broke the ice with me and her was, so Vincent is saying, last time I went to the office party, I was trying to break the ice by mentioning Elite FPL. My colleagues never talked to me after that. Well, I was just, this woman, Hayley, she left, and it was like her leaving do. And I was just sat with Maria. I was just sat with Maria, and we were just chatting away, and Doug came over and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then my mate Marlon, by the way, I'm just deliberate. Like I said, it's just a chill stream. In fact, if anybody saw Andy's stream the other day, I love those afternoon streams. I think they're fantastic. Where's Marlon? Marlon, we're just talking about you on stream, mate. So Marlon started chatting to me, and then his mate Chloe comes up to me and just basically just showed me a video of me. I was just not taking the mick, but just loving the fact that I did YouTube streaming. It was just absolutely ridiculous, and it just broke the ice, and we were just taking the mick out of it all. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Thomas McStay. I don't know why. Every time I see Thomas McStay's name, I just think of Thy Art is Murder. I have no idea why. That's all I see is Thy Art is Murder in your name. No idea why. I just do. But Thy Art is Murder is saying, I did Trent and Foden to Cancelo and Fernandes for a -4. Very good. Foden's an absolute waste. Do you know what? Who the hell was I listening to the other day, and they were still going on about Foden being a good option? Shut up. He's absolutely useless. Don't bother. So, Cancelo and Fernandes, excellent moves. Excellent. Nuclear Atoms, Vardy, Soucek, Cancelo, or De Bruyne, Brewster and Justin. Nuclear Atoms, I would go with Vardy, Soucek and Cancelo. In fact, Vardy for me is very tempting to bring in for Kane up against that Liverpool defence, who I believe Vardy likes to play. I'm sure Dredd can at me on that, but FPL Fozzy, like I said, the Ipswich Conference. That's actually the episode I saw the other day. In fact, Fozzy, one of my favourite characters in The Office, which is an extra in The Office, is the Julian Clary lookalike. Oh, he's just amazing. The facial expressions. He's the one where whose phone goes off during the that specific scene. Only me? his phone goes, duh, 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 duh. Turn the phone off. That's part of it. And it's just the face he makes. I've got to look at camera when he does this. He gets his phone and he's like, that's ridiculous. And it's the bit where I can only say the Queen's joke. So if you're an Office fan, you'll understand this. It's a joke I didn't tell you earlier. It's about the Queen's joke, and the Julian Clare is just like... Absolutely mental. Absolutely absurd. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Dre Zera. He's here after... What was it? Booner, he had a 50-hour... No, he had a... What was it? A 3-hour, 4-hour phone call the other day when he did your... what was it? The Serbia-Scotland game that you covered, and Dre Zera came on. He said, because Booner went, "Hello, Dre," and I was thinking, oh, is that Booner doing an impression of Dre? It's quite good. And then Dre come on and goes, "Hello, people." Yes, I've just come off a 4-hour phone call. That's as long as what me and Llama had the other week. Me and Llama on the phone for like 2 hours just chatting. Beep. My God. My goodness. So I've paused my work to chill with the one and only Steve-O. How are you feeling today? Well, interestingly enough, legitimately, I was going to do a members only video about... So we had a moderator meeting the other week, and basically, Firetog. God, I'd love to be able to do an impression of Firetog, but he's got quite a unique voice, Firetog, to him. Oh, there was an impression that I was doing the other day, actually, of somebody that's a regular, and I've completely forgotten who it was. Damn. It wasn't Matt. It was somebody. So, oh yeah, Matt's story about the... This is ridiculous. So, Matt, if you're watching this, for anybody who doesn't have a clue who I'm talking about, Matt is the co-host of the Llama Lounge. And Matt basically was telling a brief story about the fact that on Saturday morning at 4:30 on Saturday morning, he was in a lay-by in his van. It's all... got all the labels on. I've completely forgotten what I'm saying. Got all the logos on and everything for whoever he works for, and he had a high visibility jacket on inside the car, and he was just doing whatever he was doing in the lay-by for work. Or whatever. Anyway, a policeman pulled up to him, said, "What do you think you're doing?" Matt, okay, admittedly, gave them a sarcastic response. Words to the effect of, "I'm staking out a house and I'm thinking of robbing it." So the policeman didn't take kindly to this and just said, "Wait there." 45 minutes later, after checking out who Matt was and making sure that he was okay to be out at that time of night, was eventually let go. Just, not going to lie, made me laugh. So anyway, yeah, I was going to do a members only video, essentially, because Firetog was talking about how he misses some of my... what I was thinking of doing was daily diary accounts of my life, because there's always something that goes on in my life which is just, I've got to get this off my chest. But I'm thinking of doing a members only video about essentially where I work and how absolutely, and it is mental. That's mental. How ludicrous it is when it comes to politics, shall we say. I've spoke about it before, but now it's beyond parody. It's to the point of where, quite literally, you cannot make it up. from my work situation. You genuinely cannot make this it up. It's absolute nonsense. Who was it here? Yeah, Grekla saying I've got 4 players flagged currently. Well, as you can see, I've got 3. Salah's definitely out. I don't know why. Who the hell was it the other day? I think it may have actually been Llama. In fact, it was Llama yesterday. Or in my case today. He was talking about the fact that he's going to still play Llama. He's going to still play Salah. It's like... You're gonna have to. If you haven't got a playing bench, you're gonna have to get rid of Salah or play with 10 men. He's not playing. He's not available. Robertson, no comment on, and Chilwell again, no comment on unless there's been some update on his what do you call it? Drazera 1 flagged. I mean, it's ironic, isn't it? Jason of all people has done his -8, and not one of his players are a problem, and he's got a playing bench. So he's got. In fact, Dredd made an excellent point yesterday. It's very, very true. In all seriousness, you're going to have a bench of 3 starting players. And in circumstances like, for instance, I've got now, you'd rather, or in Jason's case, so if we was to bring up, I can't bring up Jason's team because it's not going to be the current one that he's got right now. But the point being is that Jason's got Kyle Walker-Peters and Brewster, Bamford. So they will come on for Salah and Chilwell. So Jason doesn't need to worry unless another one of his players goes down. Then Jason's going to be all right. Dread FPL, he's taking his -12, but he's got playing players, so he's okay. But people like me, I've got 1 playing, and even then, you'll be lucky if he's flaming playing. Brewster. Hello, Callum. Is it Callum? I don't have a clue. Let's see. It is Callum. Callum Chapman. Again, welcome. I don't actually know. I don't recognise the name. Welcome, pal. Welcome. What? Really, Boona? If Salah gets tested negative on Thursday, he will be allowed to fly back and potentially in contention. To be honest with you, I hope not. I just really hope this puts a spanner in the way. FPL Focus, hello. I just got Chilwell and he's injured yet. Well, I got him last week, Sunday. And that's saying Chilwell will play 99.9%. But he got injured, Matt, didn't he? He was taken off in that 2-0 loss. In that 2-0 loss that I don't... in a game I really don't care about. They were talking about that on the Llama Lounge. They were saying about the fact that, do you actually care about internationals? And they were making these wonderful points about the fact that they shouldn't be taking place. I think it was Davey P was saying that basically they should just have training matches. It's quite simple. Just have training matches and not have to worry about travelling and stuff. It's just ludicrous. Unless it's an important game like the Scotland-Serbia game or whatever, I'm sorry, but I think that these friendlies, it's ridiculous, basically. So, Dre Zero said, I did come off a 4-hour phone call, and then after that I had a 6-hour phone call immediately. I'm sorry, but how the hell 6 hours, like I said to you, to have I remember, actually, here's a funny one. Let's just mute the mic for a second. Let's just mute the mic and just admire that team up on screen. What does Andy always get all the time on his streams? Like some prat will be like, oh, it's disgusting that you're drinking on air. I don't want to hear you drinking. Shut up. It's like, do you remember that time when I was doing the crisp eating challenge? Like every time a goal went in, I'd eat a packet of crisps. And I personally listened to the stream back the following day, and I was like, I can't even hear me eating crisps. Now, the only thing I could hear, I'm not going to lie, was the rustling of the bag. I'm not going to deny that was true. But there was one person in the chat going, oh, I can't watch this stream. All I can hear is Steve-O eating Chris. Oh, it's really annoying. I've come here to relax and listen into the football results, and all I've got is Steve-O eating Chris. Goodbye. See you later then. And yeah, I listen back to the stream, and I'm like, I can't even hear me eating crisps. As I always say, people seem to basically, have the most expensive headphones and can pick up the fact that this is going to be the most random example possible. Like the fact that a cockroach is walking along the floor or something. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for the kind comment there. I'm not actually reading chat, to be honest with you. Samuel, enjoying the stream. Thanks. No, thank you. Thank you. Salah won't be back because Jose has got a part-time job at the at the Egyptian Blovid test. I love that now. Blovid. Just a quick one from Samuel. Out of interest, how many minor injuries would your team have to get for you to consider free hitting? 1, 2, 3. It would have to be 1, 2, 3, 5. 5. At what point does it become more valuable than being able to free hit? At what point does it become more valuable than being able to free hit? Yeah, I think that for me personally, my personal situation, and I think I'm along with many others, is that we've all got a minimum of 3, 4, or in Dre Zera's case, 1. Hello FPL Tips. Basically saying that essentially that taking a hit now, Paulie was saying something about taking a hit now is probably really good because lots of people are taking -12, -8s, -16s. And basically, from my point of view, if I'm taking like possibly a -8, which I don't really want to do, or maybe even a -12. I've looked at a -12, but it's just bringing in the popular players. And I was even looking at a -16. I just, like I said earlier in the stream, I was just like, stuff it. It's just we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Let's all hold hands. Who was it on stream the other day that was like some ridiculous rank in the world? There was somebody on stream that was some ridiculous. Maybe I'm confusing it with the Llama Lounge. But somebody had a ridiculous rank of like 20,000th, 30,000th. But unless you're in my boat where I'm like 2 millionth in the world or whatever I am, and I've got a generic standard template team, I think that taking hits, to hell with it, because everybody else is. Everybody else will. They'll just see the people like Salah, Chilwell, Robertson, all yellow flagged, red flagged or whatever, and they'll just go get them gone. And I think now is probably the best time. If you're in Boona's situation, who I believe Llama said did actually hit the -20 button, and basically just thought, I can't be doing this is mental, so he just hit the free hit, and he came up with this team here, which I will show you now. That's Boona's free hit team, and it's a very, very nice team indeed. I'm not going to lie, it's absolutely stunning. So I think that unless you're in an absolute desperate situation, I would just take the hits. I would just take the hits, personally. Take the FPL hits tips. Vince, I know Vince Chapman said about life's too short. Stunning. So when I first watched Life's Too Short, I thought this is genius. Second time I watched it, I thought genius. Third time, genius. And then I watched it for the 4th time very, very recently. And actually, I thought it's actually pretty bad. It's not that great. It just seems to be two blokes and Steve Merchant and Ricky Gervais. And I have to say this, I do get sick to death of the fact that Steve Merchant never gets a name check in anything. It really offends me. Because it's their work. Like, yeah, Ricky stars in it and acts in it, but, they both co-wrote these shows together. And I think Steve Merchant doesn't get the plaudits he deserves for it. It's always, like, I was listening to this XFM podcast where they interviewed a couple of people pivotal to the show, And they just kept saying the Ricky Gervais radio show. It's like, it's not the Ricky Gervais radio show. It was... Here we go, Fozzie. It's half Vulcan, half human. No, it's half Ricky, half Steve. It's the Ricky Gervais. Well, I suppose you could say it's Ricky Gervais with Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, but it was the three of them. And it just annoys me. It genuinely does annoy me. But again, when you watch the XFM, or more to the point, specifically listen to the XFM shows and hear the history behind their friendship, everything, you kind of get to hear the annoyance that Steve has towards Ricky. Like the legitimate annoyance about the fact that, let me just, for anybody that don't have a clue what I'm talking about here, so I'll just type in, here we are. This is just a Twitter account, for example, the accidental XFM. And there they are. There's the three. And there's Ricky on the left. Ricky. This is for you, Vince. I'll just give it. Is that really you, Ricky? There he is. There on the left. Steve Merchant in the middle, and Carl on the right. And hopefully this won't be too. I bet that doesn't even come up. Does it come up? It does, but it's all down at the bottom there. But there's the logo for XFM. Blah blah blah. And it's just a fascinating listen from a history point of view. A friend of mine. In fact, I love doing this. I'm just going to deliberately do it again. Where is he? Mr. Reed. Yeah, a good friend of mine, Mr. Reed, sent me an episode which hasn't gone out on air. It's rare footage. So basically, I'll be listening into that. It's like 2 hours of, I don't know if it's just edited clips together, put together and whatnot, but basically it's essentially just old footage. I mean, I've listened to, what do we call it? No, I'm not a Star Trek fan. No. It's never a bit. Star Wars. I've never seen a Star Wars film. Star Trek. Nah. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's a wonderful history listening into these XFN shows, and like some of the episodes date back all the way to 1998, and you really do hear the friendship that's formed between Steve and Ricky, because they'd only known each other for 5 years, so they must have got together in 95, 96. 97-ish era, which is the era I'm on the bill, by the way. And Nick can't believe that I haven't seen a Star Wars film. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Yeah, I've never seen a Star Wars film. Honestly, just doesn't interest me at all. It's like I don't know if anybody knows the Moose, Ian Abrahams from TalkSport. He claims that he's never seen an episode of The Simpsons. Which is just mental, but you know, these things happen. But yeah, Steve and Ricky got together in 96, 97, and yeah, their friendship just developed, and then you get to like 2002-ish, where The Office has now become a massive hit, and you can see like, it's just fascinating. You can see like the legitimate bitterness that Steve is getting about Ricky and his fame, and how Ricky's dealing with the fame, and how, you know, Ricky's the only one getting all the plaudits and everything. Rightly so, but also the fact there's this wonderful moment where Steve says, you know, yeah, you are like one of the main characters and you did co-write The Office, but also there are some other wonderful, wonderful actors and actresses in The Office that deserve the same kind of praise, that deserve to go to these particular events. And yet it's just you. And there's this genius moment where it's really quite like, wow. When he talks about, because I don't know if anybody remembers this, but at the time, Ricky Gervais was like basically Jonathan Ross's best mate. And they would do everything together. Ricky was on like his show like every other week. They're in the papers together. Everything was just all about Ricky and Jonathan Ross. And there's this wonderful moment where Carl Pilkington takes the mick out of Steve. Steve gets legitimately offended. Ricky then, of course, starts putting the boot in, and then Steve just snaps and just basically says, "Oh, it's a good thing that you've got friends like." It's so funny, but it's so heartfelt. It's good thing you got friends like Jonathan Ross. Yeah, Jonathan Ross. Forget about the people that made you. Yeah. It's stunning. So good. And it really does, like, when you fast forward to today, where, like, I have this thing about Steve and Ricky and how, like, I really want them to, like, do another show together and everything. And I do get frustrated that Ricky doesn't acknowledge Steve. It really, really annoys me that he does not acknowledge his existence whatsoever. Now, you could argue, well, because someone made this point that, well, maybe Ricky's just sick to death of hearing everybody asking about Steve Merchant, so he deliberately avoids the topic. Or he deliberately avoids saying it. Fair enough, but, like, at least Steve, whenever he does, like, seminars and whatnot, he does talk about Ricky, and he talks about the XFM shows with fond memories and everything. He's quite a humble bloke, and he's comes across as a very friendly guy, whereas Ricky, don't get me wrong, he's a very intelligent bloke. He speaks very well and everything, but when he just refers to Steve as just a writer, I just think, you cheeky ucker. You cheeky ucker. You can't dismiss Steve as if this guy doesn't exist. Like, I think it's just disgusting. Like, what's so difficult about just saying, like, yeah, when me and Steve wrote The Office together, fine, done. You can't even bring yourself to say that. I think it's terrible, to be honest with you. What did Boona say a second ago? There's something about a challenge. McDonald's challenge. Yeah, yes, Trey. Trey saying, in other words, let's say the Egyptian government talked to Liverpool and Liverpool wants Salah to be free. Boona said something about a McDonald's thing, and I've completely missed it. It's gone, Boona. It's... Yeah, agreed. Rako, R-A-K-O. Steve is honestly funnier. I don't think he's funnier. I think that... Tell us about your story about Sahil from work. I don't think there is a story about Sahil from work, and it's spelled S-O-H-A. I don't think Steve's funnier. I think Ricky's absolutely hilarious. I think Ricky is really, really funny. Hello, Vern. My goodness, the Vernham Blogger podcast is here. Hello. I hope you're still here. I've just been talking about XFM for the past 5 minutes. I've just been listening to your show. In fact, can I prove it? I think I can. I can actually prove this as well. There it is. I've just been... I hope they're watching this right now. There you are. The quiz night on The Office. I've just been listening. Brilliant. Absolutely genius. If you are, by the way, if anybody is, Fozzie, if you're still watching, Vince, seriously, check out the, let's bring him up on Twitter. Please check him out. Vernon Blog. There we are. Check out their podcast, seriously. It's fantastic. Legitimately fantastic. Highly recommend it. Wherever you download your pods, download Vernon Blog. Superb. Really, really enjoy it. Great analysis of The Office. An extra series 2 if they get round to it. I'll do it for them. But yeah, I think Ricky's really, really funny. I mean, Steve's Merchant stand-up, the Hello Ladies, is absolutely awful. He is his best. He's best at writing. These are facts. Although, ironically, Hello Ladies, the comedy show, I think's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The film specifically, I think this is just a work of art. I think that's really well done. The film is superb, but his actual comedy stand-up, I thought, was absolutely awful. But the pair of them together, as David Brent does, just genius. De Bruyne in elite beds. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Elite beds. De Bruyne in next week. I'm seriously contemplating it personally. Yes. I don't want any Man City defender to get. I was thinking of getting in Walker. Yes, he's the most nailed on. It's just the fact he's 6 million. It's just the fact he's 6 million. That's the downside to. Was he 6.1 now? I don't have a clue. 6.1. I honestly don't have a clue how much De Bruyne is at the Kyle Walker. Walker is at the moment. Kyle Walker, crying out loud. It's ridiculous. Jay-Z saying, I say leave Salah, to be honest with you. Well, it was Dread FPL saying jump off Liverpool. Jump off Liverpool. Oh, here he is. Mr. Reed is here. He must have heard my own thing. Here we are. Thank you, Boona. I propose a McDonald's challenge, mate. Anytime your players score assists or keeps a clean sheet, you get to eat a whole burger on your next watch along. You do. The thing is, Boona, this is going to sound ridiculous. I refuse to eat McDonald's when it's essentially 2 minutes cold. I basically, when I go to McDonald's, I have to eat the food immediately. That's when it's at its nicest. If, however, I don't know, I'm just searching for something here. Oh, yeah, I can't bring it up. Typical. Sorry, Drezer has tagged me in on something. Let's find out what it is, shall we? But yeah, I can't physically eat McDonald's after it's gone cold for about 5 seconds. I think it's disgusting. And I mean that. I think it's absolutely disgusting. So I just eat it immediately from once it's served up, or I just can't eat it. I remember when I used to. Do you remember when I used to occasionally bring it back home, and it'd be one of those where you'd eat it. I was just like, oh, it doesn't particularly taste that great. And yeah, it's just the fact it goes a bit cold, so I just prefer eating it full. Here you are, just talking of the bill. This legend. Oh, I don't know if I can. I think I can play this actually. I think I've done it before. It's okay. Bring back memories, everybody. This character is now back. Rosie Fox. Absolutely stunning.
Very nice. Not better than that. The bloke was waiting for the bailiff to show up. He basically gave her away. Yeah? And now?
Yeah. I'm Eddie Santini, yeah?
She growls. I can't really.
There's Dave Quinnan. That's Rosie Fox.
Like to get deep.
Absolutely. Watch this. Oh no.
You alright?
You couldn't kill me. You didn't even look at total half.
Oh, look. What about my car?
That's what you watch the bill for. What it's about. Lightning Dude saying, shall I take Salah out for De Bruyne? Well, yes. Do you support it, says a Mark. Yeah, if you've got no other problems. Yeah. Ah, very good, Arioki. Loving this false international break. All my players are fit except Salah. You're one of the few people. Arioki, you're very, very lucky. You're very lucky. Like Dre's era, one person. What has Dre tagged me in? Let's just see what Dre's era has tagged me in. I have to flame and do it on my phone now. Hello, Steve. Me, you, Crispy Kreme Donut Challenge, March the 20th. I'll come live on air camera. March the 23rd. Dre, what are you talking about? Why March the 23rd? It's ages away. Let's do it today. Let's do it in a minute. What's going on here? Let's get stuffed. That's months away. Another passion in my life. Admit, you were going mental that I didn't. I've never seen an episode of the Bill. Star Wars, Well, I'm a massive fan of The Simpsons, specifically series 1 to 8. Ah, yeah, you asked about the Detectorist. Someone asked me about Mackenzie Crook's Detectorist, and I'll get onto that in a minute. So anyway, this is from The Simpsons, Krusty the Krusty the Clown, and basically, he says, I can't do an impression, but it'd be words to the effect of, "Is it a crime?" No, I'm not going to do the impression. Is it a crime that I've never watched The Office or Extras before? Yes! Yes, it is! That's the judge. Yes, it is a crime. I would watch... Should I start from the beginning? Yes, because you get obviously the context of the characters and everything. It's all on Netflix. All on Netflix. Start from Series 1, Episode 1, and take it from there, basically, is my suggestion. But the thing with The Office is it's very... I call it intelligent comedy. You either love it or hate it. So, Brian Tevers, the answer is no, and I never will. However, my housemate does. Oh, I see. Dre's saying that it's his birthday on March the 23rd. Right, okay, well, if we're still around, just I always say this. In fact, Samuel saying, "Are you a fan of This Country" on BBC? I've been told that it's very similar to The Office. I haven't seen it, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, I just haven't seen it. But yeah, The Detectorist, I think, is a beautiful show. I think it's wonderful. It really is heartwarming. I really do enjoy that show, Joe, and I really want them to do a bit like Nick Reed will be able to know, and I'm sure many others will, but didn't Only Fools and Horses do a one-off episode when they were millionaires? Is that right? Is that correct? When they were actually millionaires? Was there like a one-off episode, or did they do like a quick series when they were millionaires? Because I'd like it if the Detectorists did like an hour-long special when they found the gold, didn't they, at the end? Spoiler alert. They find the gold, and it's such a shame you don't see what happens. So I hope that they actually do something about that, unless they just end on that. So Nigel Sam, does anyone still own Pulisic? Well, the answer is, if they do, yeah, mad. Oh, Youssef. Is this the same Youssef I know? My injuries are Callum Wilson, Antonio, Salah, Robertson and Chilwell. I only made one transfer. Should I make another one? Benches Saka, Dallas, Braithwaite. Well, Braithwaite's never going to play, so your bench is basically Saka and Dallas. Youssef, my friend, you need to go and do a -456. Bad Man Tunes, sing Free Love Freeway. Free love on a hot love highway, 'cause love is free and the freeway's gone. I got some hot love. You get the idea with that. Oh, how many other people have only got one player that's out with you know what? Oh, Arioki, you can't put McDonald's in the flaming microwave. Ah, disgusting. Well, admit, I'm telling you now, the bill, for me, still lives up today. I think it's just wonderful. It's so relatable because it's all based on real, essentially real life politics and everything. It's so relatable to today's society, and whether you're aware or not, I've been doing a history lesson. So the history lesson went like this. About 5 years ago now, Drama Channel in the UK started showing the bill. I didn't know anything about it, so one day came across it being shown. I was like, oh my God, I've got to watch this. And it was around they were showing it from the 2000 era. So they did it from the 2000 era up to the very last episode, which is 2010. So for across 3 years, I watched 10 years worth of episodes. Now, admittedly, they didn't show every single one in a row, but whatever. They showed the majority. So I watched 10 years worth in 3 years, because it was like 2 episodes a day. 5 days a week. So I did that. That finished. And then what they cleverly did was the channel said, because that was so successful, they did this massive campaign in the campaign. Drama Channel did a campaign where they basically brought back the bill on drama from the very, very, very start, from 1984 when it first aired. But unfortunately, because of viewing figures, they took it down and they just restarted from 1998 or 1999, just essentially did the repeat again. But because I'd already seen it, I didn't mind watching the 2000 to 2003 era because they were like one of my favourite eras. It was just absolutely stunning. But from 2004 onwards, a bit like wrestling, Dre's era, a bit like WWE, from 2004 onwards, it's just turned rubbish. But anyhow, so I just decided personally, right, I'm now going to start my own history by going back to watching it from the 1995-1996 era, the golden years. Did that again, watched it all the way through to the 2006 era, and I was just like, this is just so rubbish, because 2006 onwards it was just terrible, and I really could see why in real life at the time people weren't watching it. And then I decided, right, I'm just going to start all the way from the beginning, so 1984 Series 1, and over the last year I've gone from Series 1, or the last year and a half I've gone from Series 1 and I'm now up to Series 14. Series 14 is 1997, and that clip there was specifically from episode 82, 83. And this is now when we're getting into the absolute golden era of the bill. The characters, the storylines, everything. It's just absolutely stunning. And I just can't miss it. There were some series which I just skipped. Not skipped fully, I just skipped loads of episodes because they were just so morbid and dark and boring. Because the bill was just a continuous running show, and that would only have a break for about 4 or 5 weeks throughout a year. It was showing 3 episodes a week for like 6 to 7 months. Then that was it. They'd have a break every 6 months, and they'd have like a 4 or 5 week break, and then they'd just do the next series. And in that time period, they do like 155 episodes, something like that. Then have a break, but because it was true to real life, depicting what was happening in the real life world of policing, honestly, some of the stories were just so like, I can't watch this. Like, I'm not interested in like burglaries, like the burglary storylines. They're so boring. So there was like basically a whole series, so like 150 episodes, almost dedicated to just burglary crime with Operation. They called it in the show Operation Bumblebee. Yes, there was the odd episode that was enjoyable, but predominantly I was just like, this is just so boring. So I just turned off. I just had to skip through. So I think that was like Series 6 or Series 7. And there are quite a lot of episodes I skipped. Like there was an episode the other day of like this woman that was abused by her husband and stuff, and they're a bit too dark and a bit boring, and they're not fun. I associate the bill with fun and enjoyment. And yes, there are episodes which are really serious, which are really good. There's an episode where Sergeant Bob Cryer, who up on screen is the guy on the top right, he was involved in a shooting where he used a gun for the first time on an unarmed robber. And he was suspended for... Now, back in the day, I mean, obviously I only know this through the bill, but like I said, because it was depicted in real life, it was all true. Back in like the 1980s, I couldn't believe it. Like police, all they had to do was sign out a pistol, and so if a gun crime had happened, so long as you signed off a piece of paper and you were trained on how to handle a gun, you could just sign a piece of paper and just go out with a pistol when an armed robbery had happened. And yeah, that specific episode, Sergeant Cryer shot the reason why he was suspended is because they said he was unarmed, because the shotgun didn't have any bullets in it, but he was being shot at by someone else, so how would Bob Cryer actually know? So he had to shoot the guy, and he was suspended for it. But that episode was fun. There was various other episodes which are really serious and really, really good. And some of like the guest stars that appear in it, like I say, on my personal Twitter account, up on screen now, I just upload videos of the bill all the time with guest stars and everything. And in fact, if anybody's a Breaking Bad, if anybody, cheers Vince, burglary is boring. In fact, if anybody's a Breaking Bad fan, so if you're a Breaking Bad fan, in fact, if you're a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan, do you recognise this character here? Oh, whoops. Recognise him?
Name's Terry Hastings.
No.
Are you sure?
Recognise him?
I've answered the question.
When was the first time you heard about the assault on Benji Tywer?
Yeah, at this very station.
That there is the butler, Jeffrey. I couldn't believe it when I saw him. And in the same episode, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, I was made aware that this particular individual is in Breaking Bad. And I found out from a very good friend of mine that he is Walter White's friend, this guy here.
Take a look at the scene. Look, we're not going to claim insurance or anything like that. Mr. Holcox will sort things out when he comes back. I'm not offering
so there we are. I
need to take a look at the scene.
Because I just put, as you can see here, just as a joke, I just thought he looked like Gareth Bale. Because of the big ears and the jawline and everything. And someone actually just alerted me and said, no, that's this particular actor. I was like, nah, it can't be. Turns out it was. I just clicked on the titles and everything and just found out that was him. So, yeah. Tarek, Arioki, Nigel, Sam, yeah. There we are. A random fact about that Jeffrey. He performed at, the actor that played him, he performed at a local... yes, it was Nigel. He performed at a local theatre show in my hometown a couple of years ago. My theatre friends were so excited to meet him. Yeah. Which old show would you like to see made into a modern day remake? I wouldn't like any of them. None of them. Badman Tunes saying Tosh and Burns are Burnside's fantastic. Ramanathan saying, have you watched Sick of It by Carl? I can't. No. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really like Carl. I'm not a fan of him. I think that... So, Idiot Abroad I thought was rubbish. I just found that a bit like with Top Gear. At first, don't get me wrong, The Idiot Abroad was quite organic, but I still felt it was a bit staged. But Series 2 was just terrible. Now, what I will say, though, is Idiot Abroad 3 with Warwick Davis. Now, that is fantastic, because that actually came across really authentic and real. And I must say that there was a specific scene with the water jet gun. And Carl gets really, really angry. That's hilarious. In fact, that's in Venice, isn't it? And Vince, have you seen that, Vince? The Warwick Davis episode? Or the series of Idiot Abroad. If you haven't, check out on YouTube. It's up there. And that specific episode in Venice where they dress up. Oh, it's just beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. But no, Vince. I'm a fan of Heartbeat, for example, and there's a channel that I follow called Heartbeat TV, and basically they put up, a bit like, funny enough, a bit like me really, they put up old clips of Heartbeat, obviously. Heartbeat. But they put up a clip the other day, because the thing with TV in this country is that they haven't got the rights to anything. So, for instance, The Bill, they're not allowed to show certain series. But this was just Claude Greengrass. Every time I see Claude Greengrass, I think, oh, he's all right. He's not a problem at all.
Honest, that's the truth. Or maybe you sold it on to someone else. Isn't that it, Mr. Greengrass?
Oh, violence, be aware.
I'm not likely
this
to have
contains
a
violence.
load of damn bullets, and I don't talk damn daft. You bastard!
This is the punchline.
That's one too many, Mr. Greengrass.
Don't just stand there. Go and fetch out your daft article.
Now, whenever they show Claude Greengrass, I just assume that it's going to be something light-hearted, a bit of fun. No. That specific scene, yeah, I'm not suggesting it was the greatest acted in the world. I'm not going to proclaim that that's the case, but I was just like, yeah, it's a bit too dark for me. I don't want to see a quote-unquote comedy actor being beaten up. It's not particularly present. Oh, FPL Penguins here, hello. Yeah, I like them. Walked up the stairs in China. I love what it is. The one from Willow. What's Willow? Yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The whole premise of Life's Too Short is genius. I just watched it. I was just like, nah, just doesn't. I don't know. I'm just seeing it through the eyes of what I had the other day when I watched it for the first time in a very long time. And I was just like, it just doesn't really grab me as much as what it did. Don't get me wrong, there are some wonderful moments in it. But what I will say about Life's Too Short is the Christmas, it's not a Christmas special, it's an Easter special with Les, Barry and Cheggers. That's brilliant. Go check that out. A guy, Paulie saying, a guy I grew up with playing football is on the boat part. Is he? At the end of the In-Betweeners movie. Is that right? Is that right? The McDonald's Hamburglar. I actually did a video on that on my Twitter page. It's the Krusty Burglar. Look, it's the burglar man. He's stealing all the burglars. He's stealing all the burgers. Yeah, Nigel Sam. Top Gear was top notch until they drove it to the ground. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. FPL Penguin, are you planning on doing some hits? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll just go on your... Let's find out. This is what we can do, everybody. Just go on Twitter, type in someone's name. There he is. There's Penguin. Let's see what he's done. Oh. He doesn't... Blimey. You really don't use Twitter much anymore, do you, Penguin? Last post, 27th... Well, yeah. And you retweeted that. Oh, well, absolutely. There are problems everywhere with everybody. That's why I'm just waiting until Friday. Salah's going to drop down by 0.1, but I don't think you're going to lose much value on him there. I'm happy just to not worry, and then I'll just do who I need to do. You should check out Trailer Park Boys from here in Canada. Trailer Park Boys. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. You know what they say. 5th time I never saw a better conversation than the suicide. How would you kill yourself? Oh! Yes, Vince. I don't think I can talk about that out loud, but yeah. That's ridiculous. That I can't speak about, obviously, on air. Tobias is another impression from The Simpsons. Tobias! Tobias! Did you make a $300 collect call to United States of America? It was an emergency, Dad. I promise. I'll see about that. Am I taking Salah out? Yeah, I have to. I say I have to. I don't have to at all. But I'm thinking of... Really, what I'm planning on doing is... Let's just quickly go to the transfers page here. Are we still live? But are we actually... I mean, Nuclear Atoms is making a sarcastic... are we still live here? The answer is yes, we are. But I'm surprised we are. I mean, wasn't it the Llama Lounge that was taken off air? So Mitchell clear off, Robertson clear off, Salah clear off. And then my plan was to do... So this is just me planning on doing this minus 12 if I was to do it. So it'd be Reece James in. Because I want triple... I want triple Chelsea defence. I don't care. They all three of them will score. So, in fact, it was Firetog that had all three Liverpool this season. Now, admittedly, it didn't work out, but the point with standing is that if he had them last season, all three, and I got 14.4, and then it would be either De Bruyne, or let's just go with the popular choice of Fernandes. Wherever he is, Fernandes. And there's a small, very unlikely, but there's a small possibility. But once again, I say this with a slight pinch here. What's Brewster? What's wrong with him? Nah, whatever. I've just seen that. For Vardy. And maybe captain Vardy against Liverpool. And that's not a joke. I mean, deadly serious. So that'd be a minus 12. I'd have a 3-5-2, but I'd want to get rid of this Pratt here. I'd want to get rid of this Pratt here. But then again, I'm playing 4-4. I'd be playing a 4-4-2. Yeah, it's all if, buts, maybes. All if, buts, maybes. But that's what my personal plan is. Just getting rid of... Basically, I was trying to do everything for free. I've taken one hit this season and it paid off massively. But now it's just a case of, you know what, plans are out the window, stuff it, let's just get on with it and just use this time now while everybody's taking it, let's just get on with it. Francis Logan, afternoon folks. Hello there folks. Bad Man Tunes, how far behind are you? Karma Baby. The Hamburglar was a revolutionary hero, striking a blow to a giant symbol of neoliberal capitalism. I bet he gave this post. Yeah, Nigel Sam. I just found out my sub for Salah, Brewster, picked up a knock as well. He'll be fine. How far behind are you, bad man? Double quarter pounder with cheese and pickled Big Macs. Get stuffed. Tobias or not Tobias? That is the question. Who to captain this particular game week? I'd just wait and see. For me at the moment, Vardy is a massive standout option, legitimately. Absolutely legitimately. Zine, I've just joined in. What do you mean you've just joined in? Loved your streams as always. How are you preparing the next week's transfer? It's up on screen, my friend. It's up on screen. I'm just going to copy James here from Planet FPL and Matt saying Werner triple captain playing a weak Newcastle defence. He made the point that if you're going to triple captain Werner, it would have been last week or the week before, whatever it was, in easier fixtures. Yet when they play Newcastle, who are decent, you decide to triple captain them. I mean, I personally, with this triple captaincy chip, if you think that Werner's going to destroy Newcastle, if you think Chelsea are going to destroy Newcastle, they won't. If you're telling me that they've got a weakened defence and you feel confident in Chelsea attack, do it. Genuinely do it. Steve, do you think Sterling will face Tottenham in the week? I don't know much about his injury, to be honest with you. I don't know much about his injury whatsoever, so I'm assuming the answer will be yes. Vince Chapman saying, I've got some insight into the future. Grealish captain this weekend will get you 32 points against Brighton. What I've noticed actually about this season, to be fair, is that there are certain teams that if they play quite, they're happy to attack, i.e. Liverpool, Leeds, Chelsea. Those three teams there, they're quite open. Even though Chelsea have just kept clean sheets, I'm fully aware of that. But the teams that they played have been absolute garbage, apart from, was it a clean sheet against Man United or something? I can't remember now. Who did they keep it? There was a big team they kept a clean sheet against. Was it Arsenal? Let's quickly check here. Man United. There we are. 0-0, that's right. But Sheffield, though ironically conceding to Sheffield United. So Burnley, Man U, Crystal Palace. All very good, obvious keeping clean sheets there. But look at these attacking teams that are happy to attack. So Southampton, Liverpool, Brighton. You can all score against them. So Newcastle this week, they're not exactly attacking. But the point I'm trying to get is that if you've got a team which is willing to attack, another team that's willing to attack, I think that there's a captaincy option in there enough. And I did make the point that Vardy was probably the best captaincy option versus Leeds. I think it was last week, wasn't it? I didn't own him, but if I did, I would have captained him. And look what he did. What was it, 2 assists and a goal? Ha! Did anybody, if anybody watched the Llama Lounge last night, Llama had a friend of his. Get this is mental. So, Llama had a friend who had an accumulator, and all he needed was Spain to win, and he would have won a couple of £100. And he said that he lost because Spain drew 1-1 and Ramos missed 2 penalties. Like, what? That's ridiculous. How do you miss 2 penalties? Like, my goodness, Felix is here. Felix, the man that's number 1 in the well, he was number 1 in the Invitational League. How's it going? He's thinking of taking a -12. I'm looking at a -12 or a full wild card after picking up 94 points in game week 8. Am I mad? No. Do it. Honestly, do it. Harbour Boy, you've missed all the fun. Honestly, Felix, with the amount of people that are going to be taking hits, if I was in your shoes, in fact, let's do it live. As I always say, let's just quickly do it live. Oh yeah, Sultan Saeed, if you're still here, hello. You were 4th. Phil, hello. You were 2nd to say hello. Content Providers League. No, that's not the one. What am I doing? Invitational League, where is it? Here we are. So if we look at Dereko's team as an example, just as a basic example. Oh, he played his triple captain. So there we are. Salah definitely out. Chilwell, well, 50-50. Rashford 50-50. But let's just take it as read them 3 are out. So there we are. There's a chance Dereko may have to take a hit. The reality is, Felix, is like with me, if you're going to take a -12, -16, I would basically just look at it as being actually, it's probably going to be only like a minus, like within the mini leagues and stuff, it's only going to be like the equivalent of a -4 or maybe at worst a -8. I mean, what's your issues here? I mean, if you look at your team, Walker Peters will play, Reguilon will play, Justin, so that's your three at the back sorted. So you don't need to worry about them 3. Mane, fine. Salah, well, you can just get rid of him if you want. Because these 3 on the bench here, they're not going to play. So you're going to have to get rid of Salah for whoever. You've already got Fernandes. Zaha, you've already got. Bamford, Kane. I would probably do potentially a minus. Yeah, I would just get rid of Salah. If I'm in your shoes, I would just get rid of Salah, but wait until Friday. You don't need to do anything now, just wait until Friday. And you'll be fine, is what I say. Because Salah's not going to lose. He probably dropped down by 0.1 at most. At most. And I don't even think you're going to lose anything on that. Yeah, Zine's saying, how about getting Bamford in and downgrade click to Basuma? Yeah, I'm considering a 3-4-3, but I'm also thinking just 4-4-2, personally. De Bruyne versus captain versus Spurs. Looking good, I think. The Spurs defence has been hit by you-know-what, has it? No, I don't think it has. I know. Boona saying, everybody take hits. That's only because you're taking a free hit. Only because you turn a free hit. Blimey, I've done an hour and 36 minutes of just chatting absolute nonsense. It's crazy. So, yeah, I no longer want Spurs. No Regulon or Kane. Yeah, I wouldn't at the moment, honestly, Felix, with the amount of people that are out at the moment with injuries and you know what. Beloved. As Phil says, beloved. Don't worry, honestly. Yeah, there we are, Boona, straight away. Beloved. Please, don't worry about it. Don't worry about... I wouldn't be getting an Aston Villa defender, not with the team that you've got there. Werner in, Salah out. And if you're really desperate... I wouldn't get rid of Kane. I think he'll score against Man City. I think that'd be a lot... I think it'd be a tight game, actually. Liverpool aren't that... Liverpool. Man City ain't been that great. Defensively, recently, they've been okay. But... yeah, I agree, Tobias. Everyone taking hits may as well get them out of the way. That's exactly what Paulie said. Do it now. Yeah, Nigel Sam referring to Ramos. They were the first 2 pens he missed after something like 24 or 25 in a row. It's typical. A quick story from my brother. So... my brother does like the odd bet here or there. Just football accumulators. He'll just do like 5... no. Yeah, he'll do like 5 or 6 teams or whatever it is. I can't remember now, but... friend of the show, Dale. Sorry, my brother normally does 20 team accumulators because obviously the odds are so high and you get to win... you could potentially win a lot of money, but it will never come through. So, close friend of his... and mine, Dale, basically said, why don't you just do like a 5-6 team accumulator? So my brother said, yep, fine, not a problem at all. And he put it through, and my brother never, ever, ever cashes out. He never, ever cashes out whatsoever. So even when like a 20 team accumulator was coming through and he'd make it like a profit of it'd be like a profit of like a couple of quid, he would never, ever cash out. Last week was the first time ever he decided, well, I'm a couple of quid up. I'm going to cash out. Guess what? The 6 team accumulator came through and he would have won like something like 100 and nearly 200 quid. But of course he cashed out at a couple of quid. You can't make it up. It's like my betting with fantasy football bets. I spent... here we are. Is the old puka pad? I spent... no, it's not in that. It's another one. It's my diary. It's in my diary. So my FPL bets this season, I spent a grand total of £41. So £41 on fantasy football bets. Essentially, it was just like first goal scorers, just goal scorers basically. On players that either A, I didn't own, or B, basically what Jason owned / captain. And that's the truth. £41 I spent on these bets. I won back, or I made a loss of £2.45. So £2.45 a loss, so £37.55 I won back. Betting is a mugs game, unless your name is Paulie or Matt. They're the only 2 people that I know that seem to actually win. In fact, Paulie flaming wins on Llama's flaming horse racing. Vince saying, why don't you guys come up with a Heal the Word style FPL single? Jason on the guitar. Heal the world. And then that's about as much of the lyrics as I know. Oh, lucky you, Zion, saying I have 1 free transfer and my team is fully fit and only Salah is ill, but I have Barnes and Harvey Barnes, the player that doesn't play. The player that doesn't play. Yes, FPL Bix. All orange, red, yellow, red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. Oh, Nathuku's saying, I've done a -8 with Chilwell and Mitchell. Captain DCL as a punt. Do you know what? Richarlison's back. You know what they say? Once the full team's back, they all look good. And it's like with Liverpool, their whole defence is out, so you know what that will mean. Leicester will go and beat them. And everybody like, oh, why don't I bring in Leicester players? They had a weakened defence. Well, we're telling you now. Everybody's telling you they've got a weakened defence, Liverpool. Captain Vardy. I bought in Cancelo and Ziyech, random vlog is saying. Oh, sorry. I bought in Cancelo, Ziyech and Fernandes for Trent, Son and Oh, nice. Beautiful transfers, that. Yeah, Felix, no worries. It's just my opinion. You're doing absolutely sensationally this season. What are you in the world at the moment? Where are you in the world? 40,000th in the world. Listen to yourself, mate. However you get your information, whatever you base your information on, you go with it, my friend. Neco, you're just mentioning there, Neco Williams for 3.9. If you want to bring him in, it takes up a Liverpool spot though. If you want to bring him in, oh, that's feed the world. I was going to say, I don't know what heal the world is. Yeah, so many FPL. Nigel saying so many FPL channels. Oh yes. Oh my goodness! Thank you for reminding me, Nigel. Listen to this. So Nigel Sam just quickly saying all these FPL channels talking about get rid of Spurs players this week. Little did they know they're the only players fit. Yeah, right. So you know we were all part of the this wonderful stream that, although to be fair, I was completely out of it. I was absolutely shattered. Whether you're aware or not, during the anniversary stream that myself, Jason and Dan did, basically I fell asleep before we were going live on air. 10 minutes before we were going live on air. And basically, I bet I can't find it now, can I? I bet you £1,000,000 I can't find it. Well, anyway, I did the anniversary stream. And I was 10 minutes late, and then the name Andy Salter popped up. And I was thinking, Andy Salter. I haven't heard that name for ages. And then we had these wonderful clips sent in by John Harris. John Harris sent in these beautiful clips regarding it all. It was great. And I forgot what Andy Salter sounded like. I was just like, oh yeah, Andy Salter. I completely forgot about that guy. Because he hasn't been on the show for a very, very long time. And obviously I can't... Of course I can't find it. Can't find up a stupid picture. But anyhow. So I was saying to you earlier about the XFM review podcast that I listened to. Which is... What's going on here, everybody? So this review show that I listened to, it's called the Trout Spinners. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's not that great. But I found out that they actually did some interviews with some legendary members of XFM. One of them being Richard Anderson. And I was listening to this and I was thinking, hold on a minute. Richard Anderson... Dickie Anderson, Dickers, sounds very similar to someone. And here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably remember. I mean, I couldn't sit here and write them all down, but if I saw
you hear
them,
that?
I'd recognise them.
Yeah.
Do you go on Wikipedia a lot, or at all? Miles Pennell, see what happens.
Sort of Google my name.
Good time.
Is that not?
The most famous Richard Anderson is a tailor on Savile Row, so he was always first, but on good days I'd be second. So
That's Andy Salter. That is Andy Salter. And I was thinking, because when I was listening to this, I was just thinking, hold on a minute, this guy sounds very, very familiar. And it just hit me. Andy is Richard Anderson. Dickie. Yeah, the plate smasher. Heal the World is Michael Jackson. Amat saying you only remember winning bets. No, you don't, mate. I don't even remember what winnings I think. I only remember the ones I lose. I think, yeah, Milner. There's a good chance that Milner will play. Yeah, of course. Dread FPL, it's true. Liverpool are bound to keep a clean sheet this weekend. Of course they bloody are. Thank you. Thank you, Arioki. Elite saying De Bruyne, Son and Watkins or Vardy, De Bruyne and Podence. De Bruyne option. De Bruyne, well, basically it's Son and Watkins or Vardy and Podence. I'd be going with Son and Watkins to partner with Vardy. I mean, Felix making the point, is Nico Williams actually going to be playing? No idea. But Badman Tunes, can you call out a 6? I wouldn't even bother listening to any tips that I've been given because I don't know why, but my predictions this season have been absolutely awful. Well, actually, I say that. Dan's been very good. Dan's had some really good predictions come through. So let's just quickly go through, for argument's sake, the game week that's just gone. Game week 8, I did a quick preview, and basically I said Burnley would win 2-1, and it ended 0-0. Southampton, Newcastle, I said 2-0, it ended 2-0. Everton, Man U, I said 2-1 to United, it ended 3-1. Crystal Palace, Leeds, I said Leeds would win 1-0, well, it ended 4-0, 4-1? 4-1, wasn't it? Chelsea, Sheffield United, I said 2-0 Chelsea, it ended, I can't remember. 4-1. West Ham, Fulham, I said 1-0. It ended 1-0 to West Ham. West Bromwich Albion, Spurs, I said a tight 2-1. It ended 1-0. Leicester, Wolves, I said 1-1. I can't remember how it ended. Man City, Liverpool, I said 1-0 to Man City, ended 1-1. And then Arsenal, Aston Villa, I said 2-0 to Arsenal. And we all know what happened there. It was the reverse. So, yeah, Jason's doing very well. Jason's doing very well at predictions, and so is Dan. But me, I'm doing absolutely awfully. Ben Jones saying Jota is a cheaper option for Salah. I wouldn't be bringing in any Liverpool, not against Leicester. Getting Son and Antonio fit. Antonio, someone I'll be looking at, and maybe potentially going on a 3-4-3 formation. That's a possibility, but I don't know. I really have no idea. I know what I am going to be doing with transfers, but like I said, I'll be doing that on a game week. I'll be doing it on Friday at some point. That week. And finally, I'll do one final question. Harvey Barnes, this is from Paul E. Harvey Barnes and Ollie Watkins or Jack Grealish and Patrick Bamford? That's an easy question and an easy answer. Jack Grealish and Patrick Bamford. Simon saying, taking out Salah and bringing in Grealish. Nice. 1-0 to Leicester. Cheers, Niraj. Oh, Felix has done Salah to Kevin De Bruyne. Will save my wild card for a late deadline panic. Well, we'll probably be going live. Kyle, who are you captaining this game with, Steve? If basically, if I own Vardy, I'll be captaining Vardy. If not, I don't really know. Eric, hello Eric. Is Watkins the real deal, my friend? I don't know about being the real deal. He's just been there in the right place at the right time. The reality is that Ollie Watkins, he scored against Arsenal open team. Well, they just cut them apart, didn't they? And against Leeds, wasn't it? If I'm right in saying. No, Liverpool. Hold on a minute. What's this? Hey! Breaking news! Look at that! Huh. Well. They've actually done the TV games, and look at that. BBC have got a game, Fulham versus Everton. Oh, it's Monday. Oh, why do you have to be Monday football? Well. So Newcastle Chelsea kick us off. So there's a 11 p.m. deadline. Oh, I didn't know this. Aston Villa Brighton 3 o'clock. Spurs Man City 5:30 on Saturday. Man U West Brom 8. Sunday Fulham Everton. Sheffield United West Ham at 2. Leeds Arsenal. Leeds will win that. In fact, Bamford's a good captaincy option, and I'm not taking the mick either. FPL tips, breaking news from 24. I've literally done, whether you're aware or not, I'm really not focusing on anything to do with football. I'm too interested in Call of Duty. In fact, let me just show you this for 2 seconds. Just quickly show you this for 2 seconds. This was great. Look at this. This is what it's about. Right, you know. Anyhow. So, yeah, I'm just focusing more on Call of Duty. Bamford could be a good shout against Arsenal. So you got then Liverpool, Leicester, and then, oh my goodness, wow, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Southampton on Monday. Well, I genuinely have just found that out. Wow. Crazy. So, Shay Adams, captain versus Wolves. Always captain the final day player. Eric Castillo looks like The Walking Dead. It's zombies. It's zombies, my friend. Kyle saying I'm captain of Vardy as well. I'm telling you now. Infamous saying nodes. Leeds will not win it. Leeds, my friend, are going to do what Aston Villa did. Now, unless Arteta gets in a defensive plan, I'm telling you now, the next week Vardy captain on Monday. Have they already announced that? I don't want to look. I don't want to look at next week. I like being Eric Castillo. That impression was right on the money. Yeah, I know. Take a look at game week 10. All right. Tips. I'll do that. I'll do that just for you. Oh, there's no Leicester at home to Fulham. Leicester's home record. I could be wrong. I wouldn't be captaining Vardy against Fulham. I'd be captaining Aguero versus Burnley. Man City, there we are. There. In fact, I apologise. Whoever it was asked me about accumulators. Well, there's your home banker. Man City 4 or 5-0 against Burnley. Tips, mate. FPL tips. I'm telling you now. Do all your analysis on that game. Man City versus Burnley. I'm telling you now. There's your 4-5-0. There's your 4-5 bloody nil. I don't play Warzone, Bix. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Warzone. He was asking me what's my name on COD. If you want to know, it's Saint. In fact, I'll write it here. This is my... That's my ID on the PlayStation 4. And I keep saying this to Llama, Jason, whatever. Whenever I do play Call of Duty, if you see me online, you're more than welcome to invite me. But I only play certain... loyal Burnley fan. It happens every year. Look at the history. And I only play certain game modes on Call of Duty, to be honest with you. It's free-for-all, team deathmatch, or domination. Although the thing I can't stand, to be honest with you, domination, you can only play it with friends because you can work as a team. The problem with domination is that there's too many campers and too many people are going to play it for the kills, and I find it really boring. I was playing a couple yesterday on domination. I'm just like, get me off this rubbish. This is just driving me up the wall. It's driving me up the wall, having to deal with all these campers and just going for kills. Forget it. Captain Grealish this week against Brighton. What do I think the score will be? Probably, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if it was 1-1. Natasha, is this actually a female? I don't think there's been a single stream that you haven't mentioned the Llama Lines, so finally gave them a listen for the first time yesterday, and their guest James, prime stuff and hilarious. Their guest James? Natasha, James, their guest James. You're going to have to enlighten me on that. And the reason why I mentioned the Llama Lounge is because they're friends of the show, and B, it's very good content. It's as simple as it gets. It's enjoyable, it's fun. I don't care if they're very good friends of the show or not. Matt, Booner and Llama. I don't care if they're friends. It's very good content. I really enjoy it, and I will mention any streams that I personally enjoy. There's only a couple that I watch now. I don't know why. Unfortunately, FPL Dave doesn't stream anymore, so... Well, I haven't seen his stuff on YouTube, so... And I did actually message Dave, to be fair. I did message just say how things were. At the time, he was going through some family issues. I didn't want to pry or anything, so... But Andy, Let's Talk FPL, love his streams. I just watch. It was great watching the live one the other day. Just actually watching it live. And Planet FPL. And I'll be finally re-signing up to their Patreon. Did anybody see this actually? Talking of Planet FPL, did anybody actually see what Suj tagged me in? Now, I joked with them I sent them a message and I joked with them, and I basically said that because they were talking about McDonald's, and I said that I would happily do a stream with you guys just talking about McDonald's. And Sush, funnily enough, oh, that's right, Jason actually clipped it. Now, I don't know how serious this was, but Sush tagged me in a post regarding McDonald's. See, this is what I hate about using this stupid OBS. It takes forever just to search for things. All I want to do is find a poxy little thing that Jason retweeted, and we can just move on. And I can talk... there we are. Right. So I don't have a clue if they've actually done this or if this is real, but coming soon, a Planet FPL special dedicated to this beauty with special guest Elite FPL. Now, they generally haven't spoke to me, but I'm telling you now, I've actually genuinely said to them, I'd happily talk to them for 45 into an hour talking about that. And do you know what makes me giggle? Giggle, flaming Nora. What makes me giggle is that when they do their shows, and essentially Suj always says, oh, we've been talking for like an hour and a half now, nearly 2 hours. I don't think the listeners want to listen anymore. And every time he says that, I just think, no, we do. Because your content is that good, people will listen. I'm one of those people that will listen. But yeah, I'm going to be re-signing up to their Patreon soon. So, Infamous saying, Elite FPL and Llama Lounge are the best streams going. Cheers. You're Davey FPL's best mate, though. What about Davey? What about Davey FPL? Oh, yes. Unless you meant J and O. FPL Bix, is this new game worth getting? Then I'll definitely be betting the Man City -3 against Burnley. Betting with my head, not my heart. Basically, what do you call it? I've completely forgotten my name. I've completely lost track of whatever I'm doing. Black Ops, yeah. Yes, it's definitely worth getting. I'm getting a PlayStation 5, actually. So I'm getting a PlayStation 5 Thursday, because I reckon I can get it really cheap. So I'll be getting on Thursday, and I'll be playing Black Ops through that. I personally think it's back to within reason, back to basics. It's more fun. It's more enjoyable. I personally really enjoy playing with it. So if I'm enjoying it, trust me. And I'm a cynic. And on that note, Eric Castillo, Calvert-Lewin for captaincy. Yes, he's got Richarlison back. In fact, Boona, I know you're still here. See you there. Get Richarlison. I love the Martial pick, but Richarlison. And on that note, everybody, the usual line. I'll see you all later. I have no idea when I'm next streaming. Probably Wednesday for a preview show. And I'm going to message somebody about joining me on Wednesday. So there could be a special guest on Wednesday. Here's a clue. Can you believe it, folks? There's 100 people watching the stream and only 60 likes. Hit the like button. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. He did say, oh, come on. But I didn't specifically tell him a date. So, cheers, everybody. And I'll see you Wednesday. Stay safe.